On a single day, the scale of losses shocked even seasoned military analysts. Reports began emerging of one of the deadliest 24-hour periods for Russian forces since the war began. Entire units, crippled, destroyed. Add hundreds, possibly thousands, of casualties reported in rapid succession. But here's the truth. This didn't happen randomly. It was the result of weeks of pressure, strategic miscalculations, and a battlefield that is changing faster than ever before. So what exactly happened in those 24 hours? And why are experts calling it a turning point moment? 2. Extension/INTRO. Since the start of the Russia-Ukraine war, daily losses have been a constant reality. But every so often, there are days that stand out. Days where everything escalates. According to battlefield reports and defense analysis, this particular 24-hour window saw intensified fighting across multiple fronts, heavy artillery exchanges, significant equipment losses, and unusually high casualty figures. While exact numbers remain contested, as is common in war, multiple independent observers pointed to a sharp spike far above daily averages. And that raises a critical question. Was this simply a bad day, or a sign of something much bigger? 3. Body investigation. Real analysis. Section 1. Where it happened. Most of the intense fighting was reported along key front lines in eastern and southern Ukraine. Areas like Donetsk region, Zaporizhia axis, and contested zones near strategic supply routes. These locations are not random. They are critical to control, logistics, and future offensives. Whoever dominates these areas controls momentum. And on this day, momentum shifted fast. Section 2. What triggered the spike in losses? Military analysts point to several overlapping factors. First, concentrated assaults. Russian forces reportedly launched or responded to large-scale operations involving infantry, armor, and mechanized units. Second, precision strikes. Ukrainian forces have increasingly relied on long-range artillery, drone surveillance, precision-guided systems. This combination allows them to detect, track, and strike targets with high efficiency. And when multiple strikes land in a short time frame, losses can escalate dramatically. Section 3. The role of drones in modern warfare. One of the most important factors in modern combat is visibility. And drones have changed everything. Low-cost surveillance drones can now identify troop movements, track vehicles, and real-time guide artillery with precision. This creates a battlefield where large formations become vulnerable. Experts suggest that during this 24-hour period, drone-assisted targeting played a major role in amplifying damage. Meaning, the more forces you deploy in one place, the easier they are to detect and hit. Section 4. Logistics and exposure. Another critical issue. Logistics. Moving troops, ammunition, and equipment requires coordination. But when supply lines are exposed, they become targets. Reports indicate that convoys were intercepted, supply depots were struck, reinforcements faced delays. This creates a domino effect. Frontline units lose support. Retreat becomes harder. And casualties rise. Section 5. Why casualty numbers spike suddenly in war. Losses are not always evenly distributed. You can have days with moderate activity, followed by a single day of extreme intensity. This happens when large units engage simultaneously, defensive lines collapse, or high-value targets are successfully hit. That's likely what happened here. A convergence of multiple factors, leading to a sharp, sudden surge in losses within just 24 hours. 4. Fact breakdown. Clear, direct. Let's simplify what we know. Time frame. A single 24-hour period of intensified combat locations. Eastern and southern Ukraine frontlines. Key factors. Large-scale engagements, precision strikes, drone surveillance, logistics disruption. Outcome. A significant spike in Russian losses compared to average daily figures. 5. Shocking reality check. Here's what many people don't realize. This kind of event is not unique, but it is rare at this scale. And it highlights something critical. Modern warfare is no longer just about numbers. It's about speed, information accuracy. Even a large force can suffer heavy losses if it is seen, targeted, and hit quickly enough. And that's exactly what appears to have happened. 6. Insight/what this means. So what does this tell us? First, the battlefield is becoming more unpredictable. Second, technology is playing a decisive role. And third, no position is truly safe anymore. For military planners, this changes everything. For observers, it's a reminder of how quickly situations can escalate. 7. Powerful outro in war. History is often written slowly, but sometimes it changes in a single day. This was one of those days. A moment where strategy, technology, and timing collided, with devastating consequences. And as the conflict continues, the real question is no longer just who is winning, but how many more days like this the battlefield can endure. If you want deeper, fact-based breakdowns like this, make sure to like, share, and subscribe, because the next update could be even more critical.